We are going to a friend's church downtown this afternoon. Their service starts at 2 o'clock, so we kind of had a lazy morning a bit on Sunday morning. And anyway, I'm going to be preaching there this afternoon, so we've got to catch the bus. Alright, so we're going to the Love of Christ Church. It's here in downtown Odessa, and the pastor is, I guess he's on vacation. So he asked me to come and speak. And
our whole family, which is 5 children and
how
7
many?
people. 5 children and 7
our whole family's going. Rode the bus. It took about, how long did it take on the bus? 45 minutes?
200 hours.
45 minutes?
200 hours.
Took about 45 minutes on the bus to get here. And now we just have about a 5-minute walk from the bus stop to the church. And their service is in the afternoon. So after the service, I think we're gonna go get some pizza or something. I love the shirts here. Keep calm and use the force. We just finished up the service at the church, which is called the Love of Christ, and I preached on it's Matthew chapter 8 about the disciples in the storm, Jesus sleeping in the boat, and about how they had no faith. So anyway, now we're off to grab some lunch before we head back home. Passage. This is called Passage. Pretty cool. It's a hotel. So since the church where we're at is not too far from downtown, we just decided to go for a little walk downtown. This street is called Deribasovskaya. It's kind of the main central street here downtown where everybody goes. Lots of restaurants, lots of tourist things and stuff like that. So that's where we are. What do you have? Candy?
Yeah.
Mama, let's have candy.
But you can make your own.
These stores are dangerous for kids. Nicholas, don't you think you're too old to go on my shoulders? Why?
Because I'm now old, but I'm small.
Am I a soft dad giving in to my 5-year-old, putting him on my shoulders? Odessa main railway station. We gotta get some buy tickets for Christina's brother. He came down for the day and he's going back tonight, so we're just gonna buy some tickets here. No tickets to Cherkasy, so we're gonna have to find some way to get him back to Cherkasy, maybe on the bus. The video in the train station is talking about showing kids how not to play with bombs. If they find bombs, unexploded bombs, not to touch them, but to call adults. So this is the Kulakova Polya, which is the place where last year, just like a year ago, about 50 people died in that building right there. And they had a memorial over here, but looks like everything's been cleaned up, and but the building is all empty. And actually, if you look up in the upper windows of the building, it's all black because the smoke up there. But about 50 people were burned alive up there. Serge, can I say hi?
Hello.
This is Christina's brother, Serge.
Oh, I'm live?
Yeah, I'm live. So there's a something written over here that says we're not gonna forgive for what happened in Odessa. So I went over there and said, oh well, that's not good, that they're not gonna forgive. So what do you mean you're not gonna forgive? I mean, what do you mean that's not good? So, well, we need to forgive. Forgiveness is good. And anyway, now they're unhappy.
И фашистов мы здесь мы не простим. Понимаете? Мы не простим фашистов никогда.
Надо простить просто.
Надо
Если хотите жить, надо простить.
Никогда не простим.
So we had kind of an interesting evening in downtown Odessa. Went to this place where last year about 50 people were actually kind of burned alive in this building in a conflict between Ukrainian and pro-Russians. And anyway, they've cleaned it out pretty much, but what happened was they have this memorial that's kind of a little ways away from there. I went to this memorial and written in pen and like permanent marker or something, don't you think?
Yeah.
It said, so, and we've heard the slogan before, but basically it says,
We will not forget
or forgive for Odessa, which means they're not going to forgive for the crime that happened there. And those people blame Ukrainian government for it and all. And so anyway, I saw that and it says, we will not forgive. And I just, as we were looking, I said, oh, that's not good. And as soon as I said that, these old ladies jumped up. Oh man, they lit into us and started just yelling at us. I said, well, this is not good. To not forgive. You can't build a country on bitterness and revenge and unforgiveness. And so we tried to direct them back to this idea that you have to forgive and how it all comes back to God and His forgiveness. But you know, it's just like a wall.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't see anything else. Really sad, actually.
It just reminds us of how Jesus said, don't cast pearls before the swine, or else they'll turn around and just rip you into shreds. And honestly, that's how I felt. And it was so sad because these women, you know, the foam at the mouth were saying how they hate Ukraine and how it's awful here.
Yeah, the one lady, I said, I've lived in Ukraine for 8 years and I really love Ukraine. She said, well, I hate Ukraine. It's like, well, okay, so you're going to build a country on hate and unforgiveness and revenge. I mean, and I tried to show her, I said, listen, you can't build a country without God's help, and you have to start with forgiveness. And then just bring them back to the gospel and talk. I said, well, how can you forgive for these murders and these crimes? I said, well, when you understand God's love, when you understand how God sent His Son and He died for you, then you can forgive for these things. But unfortunately, they couldn't see that. So anyway, we are running to see if we can catch the sunset here, do a little time lapse for the end of this film.